Well, it's a stunning Sunday afternoon in the Hunter Valley. It is 30 degrees, the sun is out, the fans are out in force, and the scene is set for a must-watch clash between two winless teams in the Ninja A-League. It's Wellington Phoenix up against the Newcastle Jets at Maitland Sports Ground. And the Phoenix, they've flown across the ditch hoping to spark their season after 2 losses in a row. For the home side, the Jets, well, they've been plagued by turnovers and goalkeeping woes. They have a loss and a draw on their ledger so far. Welcome into round 3 of the Ninja A-League. My name is Kate Allman. It is an absolute pleasure to be bringing you Sunday afternoon football from Maitland Sports Ground. Let's take a look at the Newcastle Jets lineup for the home side. Big news last week was Danielle Kruzaniak, who is the goalkeeper, received a red card for handling the ball outside the box. She's unavailable due to suspension, but that leaves the door open for Tiana Robertson to step up as #1 keeper for the Jets, and she may have a huge impact. As for the other big stars, Tash Pryor comes back into the squad after a week off due to concussion. Emma Dundas comes in for Libby Copus-Brown, who has a minor hip injury. And American Gia Vicari is on the bench for a potential debut. Now the visitors, Wellington Phoenix. Defender Rebecca Lake has been dropped from the matchday squad. She suffered a high ankle sprain last week, so she was unavailable. 18-year-old scholarship player Daisy Brasendale gets the start. She was the youngest member of the Phoenix when she joined last year. And of course, the captain, Alyssa Wynnum, this time wearing the captain's arm badge. Usually it's Annalie Longo, but number 10. The Wellington Phoenix, Alyssa Wynnum, I mentioned, is going to be wearing the captain's armband today. Number 10, she is a pacey, skilled and versatile player for the Knicks. She's been a little go-go gadget just in the centre of the field there, and a real So we're underway, round 3 of the Ninja A-League, and it's a fast start forward for the Wellington Phoenix. They go all the way forward to the goalkeeper of the Jets, in fact, who gets her first touch. Tiana Robertson comes in as the replacement keeper, and she's been building with the Jets. She's been number 2, but the opportunity arose today for her to take her start and put in a resume for that #1 spot. 21-year-old joined the club at the end of last season as an injury replacement player, and her debut was an incredible one. They won 8-0 against Adelaide, and she kept a clean sheet that day. So what can she do today as the Jets take their first foray forward? There's Sophie Hoban, but it's cleaned up by the goalkeeper, Carolina Villau, for Wellington Phoenix. Plays it out through Mackenzie Barry, another stalwart in the back line. They take a run forward now, the Phoenix. Through the centre. Can't get to Emma Main, who just loses it over the sideline. So it is an exciting story of the two goalkeepers today. Carolina Villau, the Portuguese goalkeeper, came in from the Portuguese giants, SL Benfica, where she's won 8 trophies, including 4 Portuguese league titles. She played the UEFA Champions League, and young but so experienced. Calm on the ball, and been praised for her ability to build out from the back. Barry, building out from the back for the Knicks. Goes to the sideline, finds Grace Jarley. Jarley, New Zealand Silver Fern, more than 30 international caps. Putting high pressure on the Newcastle Jets forward line. That one goes over the top. Can they get a hold of it? Wynnum almost did, and if anyone can, she can. We mentioned earlier just how huge she's been so far in the season. Both teams searching for their first 3 points today. Oh, there was a little touch on Zoe McMeekin. Free kick goes the way of the Knicks. It'll be Mackenzie Barry to step up. More than 50 games with this club, Barry. Nice little move out of the back, gets around Hoban. The Jets win it back. A little tussle for possession, and Chico steps up to boot it away. Chico playing against her former side. Claudia Chico, the young Matildas defender, re-signed with the Jets for 2 seasons in July. Ball in from Chico. Finds her teammate Sheridan Gallagher. Devon Jackson's following up, and a little bit of a tussle involved there. Gallagher in her first start this season. The code hopper from the NRLW, who had an absolute bomb of a goal last week, will be looking forward to see what she can do. The Jets get it back in somehow. It's still in play off Sophie Hoban. And Josie Wilson can tap it back in. Cass Davis tries to keep it within the Jets' possession. Here they might have an opportunity. Gallagher, she's got players in the box. Being harangued by Maya McCutcheon of the Knicks. Gallagher goes back instead, finds a way around, back to go forward. Dundas involved as well. Tash Pryor gets a touch. And the Knicks pounce. Jarley cannot quite get on the end of it. So the first opportunities coming for the Newcastle Jets. Some nice looks there. Impressively kept in. Here's Lorena Baumann, the Swiss international defender. More touches than just about anyone on the team. In fact, she is the leading passer, 113 passes compared to the next closest at 71 for the Jets. Jarley can step inside. Oh, she can't. She's beaten to it by Allen, who worked really hard to get back. Robertson, as I mentioned, working hard to put in a resume for the #1 goalkeeper spot, while Krasaniak is out with a red card suspension. Nice touch on for Emma Dundas. Dundas puts another nice touch for Lauren Allen, who can keep it in and get around. The cross comes, and Villau takes that one safely. Valau tries to get rid of it, but it's booted back in off the back of Sheridan Gallagher. Allen almost had a chance to get the rebound, but she'll take the throw in instead. Gallagher, who else would you give it to? Gallagher looks to turn, she spins it, but it's gone wide, and that's not safe yet. Valau has to dive on it. Really high pressure coming so early in this match from the Jets. They love to play that fast attacking type of football. All gas, no brakes for Newcastle. Jale header down to Wynnum. They want to play small ball football, build up from the back. Paul Temple has said that's exactly their game plan this season. Jackson, a former Canberra United superstar, some of the quickest feet, best skills in the competition. And that's just sent over the back line to nobody. Marina Bauman just sizing up her opponents. It is a warm day. I mentioned this earlier. It is 31 degrees in Maitland, and we will be having a couple of drinks breaks. One drink break each half just to keep the players hydrated when it does get really warm and humid out in the Hunter Valley. Here they go again. Hoban, Gallagher. Lovely touch to Lauren Allen when it was in front of her, too far. Hoban's on the end of it again. Cross comes in. Oh, nearly. Jackson was close. Inches away from the first score. Valau decides to take to the air and get some breathing room for the Knicks. That's pounced upon by Longo, the captain for the Knicks. She sends it forward for Mania Elliott, who's going to have to battle to get there with Tash Pryor, and a veteran defender just hoofs it outwards. That battle there, Wynnum and Pryor, is going to be one to watch all day and all season. Two of the most exciting players. McCutcheon throw in. Emma Main's there. That's a little too far in front. Allen gets rid of it for Newcastle. That's Maya McCutcheon, the US import midfielder, signed from the North Carolina Courage and WSL side. 23 years old, signed her first pro contract with the Courage this year. Tiana Jabers called upon to retreat. They go all the way back to Valau. Pressure coming again. Dundas is there. So is Hoban. They do not want to give the back line any space at all. Valau gets some space there. Oh, wow, there's some contact. Incidental. But Tiana Robertson came way out of the box and was mowed down by Emma Main. She looks to be okay, sprung right up. Oh, gee, yeah, she was almost covered by Tash Pryor. That's very unfortunate, but no malice in it. A free kick awarded, clearly. And Tash Pryor takes it on herself. Try the left sideline, nothing on. Can they work it through? Bit of traffic. Jackson and off the sideline. Now, if you're wondering why we are playing at Maitland today, this is not the usual home ground of the Jets. We'd usually be out at number 2 sports ground, but it was deemed that the turf had taken a bit of a battering over winter, not in pristine enough condition for this A-League match. But you can see Maitland Sports Ground looks absolutely beautiful. The call went out to Jets fans to make the trip north, and they came out in force. Certainly making some noise. Here comes Wynnum. The Knicks fans want to make some noise for her, and Emma Main, she's got the goalkeeper off, out of bounds, and nearly got a touch on it. Off her line was Tiana Robertson, almost a huge mistake. But Tash Pryor got there just in time. And that's why she's received the call up for the Matildas, no doubt. A crucial tackle. That's a goal saver. McMeekin throwing real first attacking foray here for the Knicks. Grace Jarley. Lovely skills by the Silver Fern. Crossing ball, this is dangerous. They've got to get it out. Newcastle do, and it's Tash Pryor. Who else to move the ball out of danger? Robertson under fire. Now a little momentum swing, and the Wellington Phoenix are attacking. Barry, McMeekin, back to Barry. Jarley, what can she do? Maybe a miscommunication. Chico's able to jump on it. Jarley gets the back heel. And Cass Davis hoofs it back out. Jarley's still hanging around though. And a lovely piece of play. It receives the round of applause. Sophie Hoban, a midfielder, had a breakout season last year. One of the highest work rates in the league, and such an attitude that you just want to be around. The effort she puts in to make those 1%ers, you can see it there. Robertson again, pretty far out of the box. Here comes Devon Jackson though. Chested it down nicely. Wilson's there. Wilson can go back to go forwards through Dundas. Dundas long range strike. It's going to bounce awkwardly. Allen has to keep this down and under control. Does so, and it will be a corner kick for the Newcastle Jets. First one of the game. Lauren Allen, the local girl, grew up in Newcastle, one of the fan favourites. Here comes the kick. It's on the ground. Devon Jackson's going to help it through. Hoban lines it up. It's spinning and spinning out beyond the post. There's a counter-attack now. Mania Elliott used Wynnum, but couldn't collaborate well. Maya McCutcheon tried to handle it, and now Wilson's got it back for Newcastle. Devon Jackson's got an acre of space, couldn't get it away. A little bit of ping pong. Allen was there wanting that pass. Grace Jarley is going to take it on now instead for Wellington Phoenix. Got to be careful for the offsides here. Mania Elliott nearly involved. That's Grace Jarley. What a player. The height, the skill, such a weapon to have in your side. As I said, more than 30 international caps and part of the inaugural women's team for the Wellington Phoenix. Tiana Robertson is going to have to be wise here. Oh no, Emma Main and Alyssa Wynnum are really putting the pressure on. Newcastle goalkeepers under siege in the past few weeks. Devon Jackson gets it to Lauren Allen, the team favourite, the local hero. Can Lauren Allen get the goal? Can Sheridan Gallagher? Sends one into the stands, but really got the crowd excited. So there's the signal for the drinks break, but just take a look at this shot before we head into that one. There was a little miscommunication between Allen and Gallagher. You can see the absolute power that comes through Sheridan Gallagher's boot. And an excitement machine she is. As we take a drinks break, the temperature over 30 degrees here at Maitland. Very warm, and the players are going to get some hydration in so this game can stay as electric as it has been so far. Really end-to-end stuff. Both teams with some chances and opportunities. Here are some of the highlights that we've seen already. This cross to keep it in was absolutely outstanding. And the Jets will probably be the major focus. Sophie Hoban kicking that one across, nearly got it, did Josie Wilson. Allen, Hoban and Gallagher. That is a trisome that we will be very excited to continue to watch. Devon Jackson just inches away from touching that one in as well. There it is on another angle. As you can see, Devon Jackson was sliding in with the left boot and just didn't arrive quite in time. Match stats very even so far on possession, exactly 50-50, and that's what we would expect. 50-50 in terms of it's been half Newcastle's momentum and then half Wellington's momentum. 3 shots to 0, Newcastle to Wellington. And there are 2 young fans who'd like to see a little bit more even on the ledger of shots, but I'm sure that will come. At the moment, it's about which team can find their goal scorer, as during the off-season, they lost a few key pieces, and it's about who's going to stand up and become that 10-goal-a-season player. Will it be Alyssa Winham? She's certainly got the potential and the skills and really grown into the role at number 10 over the past season. Wellington with first possession. Gallagher, clever. Too clever. So we'll restart this. This was the touch by Gallagher. A little bit too much contact. We'll forgive her for that, as she does come from NRLW, where that's totally allowed. But she has been an electric player to watch so far. The goal last week, and so much potential, getting her first start today for the season. Former Young Matildas captain Sheridan Gallagher. We don't talk about that enough. Obviously a premiership winner for the Newcastle Knights in the NRLW, but really a powerful football player too. And it's exciting times when you get someone who's playing professionally in a football code all through the year. You can see in her shots just how powerful she is. Oh no, Sophie Hoban's going to put pressure on the goalkeeper for Lau, had to get rid of it. And the Knicks out of a little jam there. Chico against her former team. Young Matildas defender. She's re-signed with the Jets for 2 seasons. Winham under pressure from Dundas. We're going to go back around. Mackenzie Barry sends it back to Valau. Gallagher was charging down, and Grace Jarley's found herself in an open paddock, and it was too open. The offside flag goes up. Almost. Here comes Tiana Robertson. They've got to make those passes count when she's out of the box. Of course, it was Krasaniak who was out of the box and handled the ball last week, got the red card. That's why they've had to go to their backup goalkeeper. And the team actually signed a new goalkeeper this week as the backup, while Krasaniak is on the red card. Here's Dundas, Gallagher, Davis, Claudia Chico moves it wide, and Lauren Allen can't quite handle that. What can the Phoenix conjure up? Other side is the call from their coach. Go the other side. Not been too much movement on the other side so far. McMeekin, that's pounced upon by Gallagher. She's got Hoban and Lauren Allen, but she goes herself. Gallagher, all clever. But McMeekin was more clever and wins that little battle. Puts forward the opportunity for Emma Main. Claudia Chico got there first. Chico Allen, opportunity. Got to be clean here, the Wellington Phoenix. And that's probably a safe option. Out of bounds and out of danger. Here's the move by Gallagher. You'd think she'd been playing football year round. Straight off the NRLW season, straight into the A-League season, and she's not lost a single inch of skill. Gallagher again. Gallagher in dangerous spot. Tried the cross, couldn't get it over to Hoban, but will earn the second corner of the match. Gee, she's electric. Alyssa Wynnum, slow to get up there from the ground. Sort of limping. We'll keep an eye on that as the game goes on. Right now, Bauman is going to line up the second corner of the match for the Newcastle Jets. Bet Mackie just having a little conversation with the keeper and Grace Jarley, who's come back to defend. Her height is so useful in these corner situations. Why wouldn't you get her back there? Here it comes from Bauman. It's gone long, a little too long. It's headed away. Nicely done by McMeekin. Allen, clever skills. And Allen's gone straight to the breadbasket though, and Blau wants to play fast. Opportunity to counter-attack. Longo. Forward for Elliott. Elliott not had too much to do at the front so far. McCutcheon. Elliott tries the 1-2. Couldn't reach McCutcheon. And Gallagher uses her power and pace. Wins the 50-50, but I think it will be a mixed ball here. Certainly the crowd have different opinions. Paul Temple happy to hand it over to his player. Emma Main out in space on the left wing. Broken up by Tash Pryor. Ryan Campbell directing traffic around the pitch. This is a crucial situation, Newcastle. They've got to be clean at the back. Wynnum. Nice little piece of footwork. Jarley was there, but not quite on it, and Pryor hoofed it out of bounds. McMeekin. Jarley. They go back around the mix. Barry. Got to be quick here. J-Bar, oh, taken down. Devon Jackson just ran straight over her. The speedy New Zealand forward, Devon Jackson. She's had one appearance for the national team. Played with Canberra United last season and was an electric player. She's been so exciting here as well. Allen and Jarley. Nicely won by Allen and then Jarley. But Allen wins the free for the jumper pull in the end. Beck Mackie happy for the team to restart play far further back than she expected. So for both sides, it's the ability to be accurate and clinical in front of goal that has been the determining factor so far. They've been unable to be clinical. Many opportunities created over the past 2 rounds. Not enough goals sunk, but here is an opportunity for Allen. Allen, she's got Gallagher. She's looking for her. Allen crosses, headed away, but not out of danger yet. Allen's still there. Hoban has to toy with Wynnum. Jarley gets back and involved as well now. She gets it out of danger. A little slow on the counter-attack there by Allen. But more bodies in black shirts in the way than in the gold, so probably a good choice. Wynnum Cass Davis was almost right in front of goals with an open goal. Here's Hoban. Gallagher. Not quite. Under relentless pressure at the moment, the Wellington Phoenix. Headed forward, Allen. Davis battling against Brasendale. Chico. Gallagher out wide to Allen. We've seen this before. What can they conjure up? Gallagher tries the little goose step, hooks it over instead to the back post. And Tiana Jaber jabs it out of danger just in time. The spin on it was absolutely perfect. Devon Jackson was waiting, but Tiana Jaber had her well covered. Great defence by the Wellington Phoenix so far. Third corner coming up for the Newcastle Jets. It's low, spinning header, straight to the gloves of Villau, but it was almost going in. Right on target, that one. Villau has been so cool and calm under pressure. As I said, 23 years old, but plays with the experience of a much older player, and with the powerful kick like that of someone much older and stronger. Mackenzie Barry has to go all the way back deep into the corner, and Jets want to put the pressure on. Their press is coming high. The pass back is dangerous. Devon Jackson's right there. Jaber has to be clinical. Villau. That's straight to Emma Dundas's head. Now the captain, Annalie Longo, comes back to help. Hoban. Nice step over. Bauman tried to follow up. 1-2 by Emma Main and Grace Jale. Now there's a chance for the Knicks to counter-attack. Emma Main looks for an option. Comes back to Longo. Captain's run. Jale. Turns outside. Back to Jale. Little stop-start run. McMeekin. Nicely won there by the Jets. I think it will be Jale's ball though. Bauman got a little toe in between. Ended up kicking it out. We go back to go around and possibly try to calm things down a little bit here at the Wellington Phoenix. McMeekin. Longo steps around inside. Put it into space, no one there though. Tiana Robertson has come out of the box to collect it. Straight across the goal. They get it out of danger on the left sideline. One of the first few balls up that sideline. Cass Davis. Gallagher. Wilson, back to Gallagher. The midfield has opened up nicely here for the Jets. They're going to use that opportunity. Forward through Hoban, Allen. Been in this place plenty of times before. Tries to go straight through Zoe McMeekin. And the great wall that is McMeekin says, you're not coming in here. Grace Jale has come back to help out, and so has Annalie Longo. No sign of Annalie Longo's dog yet. We're not sure if he made the trip over to Newcastle, to Maitland. Had a little foray onto the pitch last week. Came off the bench as a real impact player. Certainly for player morale. Pressure coming from Hoban. Both sides really utilising their goalkeeper as a extra defender and passing player. Gallagher. The energy she brings. Bauman. Little chip shot to no man's land. It's high-risk style of play back for both sides, using their goalkeeper this often and so far out of the box. We're going to head into another drinks break. 2 drinks breaks per half. Currently humidity very high and temperature over 30 degrees. So really tough conditions to play football. Important to stay hydrated. Been an absolutely electric half so far, 30 minutes in. These are some of the highlights. Again, Newcastle with plenty of strikes on target. Nothing in the net yet, but it feels only a matter of time if it continues to go this way. There are some of the crowds that have come out to Maitland Sports Ground. The Newcastle Jets with one of the most engaged fan bases in the league. Wherever their Jets go, they will follow. And it's not the first time that we've had to change home venues for the Jets. In fact, in round 1, they were shifted to Cessnock. Here we are in Maitland. Beautiful spot for a bit of football, though. Paul Temple and Ryan Campbell get their teams ready to go back out. Cass Davis, head down, the hometown hero. Holds the record, Cass Davis, for the most appearances for the Jets, more than 150 across the A-League. 12 consecutive seasons. There's Paul Temple, staying hydrated himself. So far, his team's been under a barrage of attack. Alyssa Wynnum, one of the only things keeping them from going all the way to goal. And Ryan Campbell as well, who took over the reins, as I mentioned, from Gary Van Egmond. It was around this time last year that another Van Egmond came into the Newcastle Jets, Emily Van Egmond. Wouldn't it be exciting if she came back? I know a lot of fans would love that. Sheridan Gallagher is going to start us off here with a touch for the Jets. And Chico's going to throw it in. Hoban. Keep getting caught down there in that right-hand corner. Hoban and Allen. A great slide tackle made by Mackenzie Barry. Allen's taking the throw in from deep in the corner. Got to find a way through. Dundas might be that option. Dundas tried to back here a little too cute. You're not going through Alyssa Wynnum that easy. Grace Jarley getting increasingly heated this competition. And the crowd knows it as well. Chico, Ford, Gallagher, little too hot on the touch. Wellington Phoenix trying to map a road out of their defensive half. Carolina Villau knows a way through. It is through the air, and she takes to it like a phoenix on that right sideline again. Devon Jackson wins it back for the Jets. The game has slowed down since that drinks break, possibly both sides trying to take a little more control. Robertson steps up. Searching for Wilson. Wilson might just get there. McCutcheon's going to have to see it out. The two players ended tangled up on the sideline. And McCutcheon not in much of a rush to go and get the ball. This was an awkward one. Almost felt like there could have been some kind of foul, but nevertheless, that Mackie says play on. Last time these two teams met in April last season, the Jets got up 3-2, and Newcastle have won 4 out of 5 meetings since 2021. So the stats and the odds are against the Knicks. Hoban, Gallagher back heel, trying to find a teammate. Wilson steps over. Jaber clears it for Wellington. Josie Wilson, who joined from New South Wales NPL side, has been active so far this game. Pryor. What can she set up? Hoban. Devon Jackson, now Sheridan Gallagher being harangued by defenders. Need to find some space. There's space at the back. They'll use it. Chip shot over the top. Allen is waiting with the right boot, and it was too good to be true. Caught offside. But caught the defence sleeping almost. Sophie Hoban and Lauren Allen have been weapons so far. Not hit the target, but it's very, very close. High ball, Chico couldn't get on the end of it, but she'll get the throw in here. And she's gone to the magnet that is Sheridan Gallagher. Heading contest, still hasn't come down. Allen, ball forward. Wellington Phoenix going to play it out the back. Very dangerous position to be in. An accidental foul there by Gallagher gives them the free kick and some breathing room. For Newcastle, who will emerge this season as the goal scorers? The loss of Melina Ayres indefinitely, and Serena Bolden of the off-season, who transferred to play in Italy, has really caused them to suffer so far. A draw and a loss on their ledger. Both teams searching for their first win and their first goal in this match. Barry, Wynnum, the distributor, gets forward to Main. Back to Wynnum. This is looking good for Phoenix. Wynnum, nice little touch into Mania Elliott, goes back out to Wynnum. She's going to have to work hard to keep it in. She does so. No stress for Alyssa Wynnum. Lovely piece of play, still using the skills. No one can touch her, McCutcheon. Brasendale. Now Tiana Jaber. The wind really taken out of the sails of the Jets at this moment. The energy levels questionable at this point of the game. 38 minutes in, hot day. Real momentum swings so far. Robertson. Bauman, big boot forward. Sheridan Gallagher. How is she not offside? Somehow she's still playing. Gallagher tries to get to Hoban or Jackson, can't. But she ends up with it at her feet again. Gallagher, lovely thread at the needle. Hoban, can she thread it once more? Allen, out wide, crossing in. Who's there? Headed away. Tash Pryor's sprinted up to help out. Pryor, Jackson in front of goal. Great defense. Hoban's now involved. Hoban to Gallagher. Gallagher's got a turn. She has opportunity. Jackson on the second attempt. Stunning save by Carolina Valau, the Portuguese import, showing she's worth every cent. It'll be another corner kick. But that was the strike they needed, the Newcastle Jets. Took a lot of time to build that up. Eventually the shot got on target, but the big paw of Valau got in the way. Still time. Bauman sends it up for a heading ball. Gallagher nearly got on the end of a second chance and just punches the goalpost in frustration as the opportunities tally up for Newcastle and still nothing on the scoreboard. can become increasingly frustrating when you spend most of the game in front of your goal mouth and have nothing to show for it through the first half. As for Phoenix, they must be sick of defending. Going to have to defend again here. Lauren Allen is on the end of a nice ball. She crossed it in. Gallagher. Leaping touch. Leaves Alyssa Wynnum in her wake. They're still playing. Lauren Allen in front of goals. Davis. Dundas. And that one's gone straight to Carolina Villau. Not as much of a highlight reel save. But it was about time someone took a strike, and Dundas may as well. 17-year-old homegrown midfielder. Easily caught by Villau. Dundas, the junior Matilda, young Matilda's player, made her debut last season and really had a great year. 22 appearances. And speaking of appearances, Sheridan Gallagher appears at just the right moment. That didn't have the usual power that you'd expect from Gallagher. I'm wondering if the heat is starting to affect her. 41 minutes in. Wynnum had a lot of work to do in the midfield. Pryor. There's the young Matilda, and there is Sheridan Gallagher, former young Matilda. NRLW code hopper. You've just joined us. One to watch. Scored a long-range bomb last week against Perth, and if she can keep scoring goals at the same rate as she's scoring tries in the NRLW, well, she'll be electric to watch. Here's Tash Pryor trying to get it out of danger. Annalie Longo, the opposing captain, catches it instead. Longo and it wide to McCutcheon. Jaber. Longo covering every inch of the pitch. And unfortunate tangle there, end up with a free kick for the Wellington Phoenix. Nia Elliott, one of the most impressive forwards you'll see, 19-year-old. Big ball forward, that's gone straight to the gloves of Tiana Robertson, though. They try to play out from the back, the Jets. Pryor. Chico, Grace Jale coming forward with pace. They send it back to Robertson. Out of the back, through Gallagher, who's made her way into the midfield. Why not? Pryor, she can turn and go. That's the call from the sideline. She does so. Allen receives back Pryor. Nice ball forward for Devon Jackson. Couldn't get a handle on it, but still has it. Gallagher. Gallagher's got some work to do. Has to get around Elliott. Goes back instead. There's space out there. Long range bomb, and Allen had a header on it. Gee, they had to be clean there. Still in play. The Wellington Phoenix breathe a sigh of relief as the Jets almost get on the board. They'll build it up once more from the back. Cass Davis and Tash Pryor, two veterans of the side. Cass Davis creates the most chances for the team, and she has 2 assists on the season so far. A little bit of a tangle with Daisy Brasendale. Hoban and Brasendale. Brasendale ends up with the free kick. Will be taken by Annalie Longo, the decorated Football Ferns midfielder. We're going to have a substitution. That will be 4 minutes. My apologies. 4 minutes of injury time on the first half. Longo, spinning ball high. This is in a dangerous spot. Tash Pryor got a head on it. Into Chico, almost handball. McMeekin, Longo. Longo's got to get around Sheridan Gallagher. Tries to go herself. Lovely ball back. Longo's still going. Allen steals it away. Hoban's going to go herself now. The field just opened up for her. Allen uses the pace. Brazendale's there. Allen cross. Wilson followed up. It's messy, but they can clean up. Cass Davis goes backwards to go forwards. Bauman. Long ball, Bauman, Sheridan Gallagher! Inches away from the right post, and she knows it. Punches the ground in frustration because this is as close as they come. The header was absolutely perfect. The ponytail just didn't quite turn it goalward. A slight angle on the ponytail might have sent that in. Into injury time in the shadows of the first half. Wellington Phoenix going to try a counter-attack. Emma Main has Elliott. Elliott's gone down, but Jale's there. Nia Elliott lurking in front of goals. Would love to turn one in before they turn into the halftime sheds. Maya McCutcheon's going to throw this in. What can they conjure up? Just a few minutes left in this first half. A corner kick here for the Wellington Phoenix. Chance for Annalie Longo to turn the team's fortunes around. 2 losses on the season. Can they get their first points here? Jale couldn't quite get up to it, and Chico's going to run out. McMeekin is there to follow up. Hoban's involved and got that away. Mackenzie Barry has to go all the way back, and they'll reset here from Carolina Villau. Villau, long ball forward. Chico, the former Wellington Phoenix player, couldn't get her head to it, so Grace Jale catches it instead. Emma Main and Grace Jale, they're out on their own with a lot of gap between, but Alyssa Wynnum steps up to help. Wynnum couldn't get through the defense. Mackenzie Barry. Oh, Sheridan Gallagher. Add that to the highlights reel. Allen. Still Allen. Got to work against Mackenzie Barry. Allen, was she fouled? A yellow card, says Beck Mackey. As Lauren Allen was on her way direct to goal. Here's another look at it, and yeah, I mean, the touch was light, but it was certainly there. Yellow card awarded to Mackenzie Barry, and a chance in the shadows of halftime for the Newcastle Jets to pull away. Sheridan Gallagher is going to step up, and I would not be surprised if she takes this one direct at goal. One strike wonder. The code hopper, the legend, Sheridan Gallagher. Just before halftime, Gallagher spinning, and it's spun over the top of the crossbar. That's her 3rd strike on target. It's just gone inches out, and it will send us into the halftime sheds. What an electric first half. Plenty of opportunities for both sides. Sheridan Gallagher taking many of them. On a hot day here in Maitland, Tash Pryor back after a week off and fresh off a Matilda's call-up. Well, keep your eyes on this one. It's been as electric as they come. Half-time here at Maitland Sports Ground. Newcastle Jets 0, Wellington Phoenix 0. Let's take a look at the first half highlights, and there are plenty of them. Our editors have done a great job to cull these down because there's been so many opportunities for the Newcastle Jets. This one, Hoban early in the match for Devon Jackson to get a toe on. She was sliding in and just inches from sending it to goals. The defence from Wellington Phoenix has been called on time and again. And almost out of luck, but a lot of hard work. Carolina Valau, the Portuguese goalkeeper, has made her money's worth. Got the paws up to this one, which was one of the highlights for goalkeepers everywhere. One of the saves of the round, I reckon. Lauren Allen nearly got it to the goals as well with this header late in the half. Well saved, and McMeekin was there to help her goalkeeper out. And then this, Sheridan Gallagher, one of many opportunities. She bangs her fist into the dirt. She knows just how close that was. If anyone's sending that to the net, it's Sheridan Gallagher. Well, you can take a look at the stats. The possession is what we know to be true. 50%, 51, 49, very even on the passes. The only major difference being the shots on target, 2 for the Jets compared to none for the Phoenix. And you'd hope, well, Paul Temple will certainly hope that that turns around in the second half. Welcome back to Maitland Sports Ground, where the Newcastle Jets are playing Wellington Phoenix, both teams without a win on the season so far. Both teams 0-0 at the halftime break. Let's take a look at what happened yesterday in the Melbourne City against the Central Coast Mariners game. And we'll bring you those highlights right now as you take a look at the Jets cheer squad here at Maitland.
Apostolakis looking for Bosch out wide. Bosch. Apostolakis again. Goes for the shot, and a brilliant goal from Alexia Apostolakis. Well, she opens her account for Melbourne City in the opening minutes. And the youngster on the score sheet for her new club. A brilliant rocket of a ball. Seeing Alexia Apostolakis playing centre back, given the unavailability of Rebecca Stott. Now in a much more familiar position. Opportunity now, Rasmussen! Well, into an open goal, she'll tap it in! Well, it's an immediate reply for the Central Coast Mariners, and it's a goal fest in the opening minutes. Melina Mires just caught flat-footed. Gomez plays it for Nunn. Waiting for an option behind her. Rasmussen off balance. Was Jade Pennock, but just went wide in the end. Final third entries, 14 for City. Now a beautiful ball out wide. And a beautiful save for Mires. Big smile on her face. So just a tight angle in the end. So 2 free kicks in very different positions, but still. For City in the past couple of minutes, Bosch, a low delivery in the end, and a goal for Carly Rosbacken. What a moment there. City reclaimed the lead. Well, it was the work of Lourdes Bosch again. What a signing she has been, potentially one of the signings of the season across the entire Ninja A-League. Ray, long ball, coming off the feet, and in the end, it is Izzy Gomez, but the flag is up, but it won't count in the end. And a long ball in, we've seen this once. It could have featured in the nightmares of Melina Mires again. Flick on. Now Pennock. And a brilliant save there, but then Izzy Gomez, and it's found the back of the net. Izzy Gomez, well, she gets her goal. In a week, she's called up to the Matilda squad, and the Central Coast Mariners, well, they've equalised in this game. But it's a big celebration from the Mariners as they equalise against last year's premiers.
What a match. Every match brings absolutely electric energy here in the Ninja A-League. Taking you back to shots of Newcastle fans at Maitland Sports Ground. There's Libby Copus-Brown, who has a minor hip injury, we're told, enjoying the scenes here in Maitland and supporting the side, and obviously keeping herself fueled for next week. We hope to see her back. The crowd has turned out in force to Maitland. Usual home ground would be number 2 Sports Ground, but the call was sent out to Jets fans to head north into the Hunter, and they have absolutely showed up. And speaking of heading elsewhere, next week they'll be called upon to head down to Sydney as they face Western United for Unite Round, when every single club will play in Sydney. 14 clubs across 12 matches. It's going to be electric. This is what you have to look forward to.
Haven't already, make sure to mark these dates in your diary. The 22nd to the 24th of November, it is Unite Round returning to the A-Leagues. Ninja A-League playing out of Leica Oval, the Isuzu A-League out of Allianz Stadium. Tommy Orr, 2 venues, 14 clubs, 1 city. It promises to be an absolute football feast for A-Leagues fans.
Absolutely, and fans very much at the forefront of this weekend, and it's exciting to have so many exciting games and so many football fans from around the country and New Zealand, of course, all in one city, and the family atmosphere and the things going on around the games. I feel like there'll be a lot of excitement, so a lot to look forward to for A-League fans.
There's going to be legends on display, food trucks, DJs, you name it. The entertainment is sorted for Unite Round. In the women's, there's obviously the standout fixture. They're all great games, but the grand final rematch from last year, Sydney FC against Melbourne City. Yep. Of course, they finished 1v2. Melbourne City pipped them to the Premier's Plate on the final day of the season after Sydney FC got that terrible loss by their own standards against a Melbourne Victory. If you're looking at the men's, the Isuzu A-League out of Allianz Stadium, I mean, where to start with the games here? Yeah. Not only is there a derby between the Mariners and the Jets, but a Sydney derby as well. Yeah, all huge games on everyone's bucket list. When the draw comes out in pre-season, these are the games that you have your eye on when it is, and to have them all on the same weekend in the same city just gives the fans a fantastic opportunity to experience all of them, and not only necessarily at the game, but in and around the game, the pubs, and the family atmosphere that I'm sure that will be happening in Sydney. So it's very exciting. If you haven't done already, head to aleagues.com.au to get your tickets for Unite Round. Reserve your spot there. Take in as much football as you possibly can. The 22nd to the 24th of November, it is Unite Round.
Welcome back to Maitland Sports Ground. Second half of the Newcastle Jets against Wellington Phoenix in this round 3 Sunday afternoon clash for the Ninja A-League. The weather is hot here in the Hunter Valley, but the action has been even hotter as we get into the second half with Wellington Phoenix on a quick attack. There's been plenty of opportunities for the Newcastle Jets. Actually, quite impressive that the Knicks defence have kept the ball out of the goal. But this time, I reckon that the Wellington Phoenix are going to come out of the halftime sheds with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, hoping to be first on the scoreboard. It may be whoever's first on the scoreboard can make a difference and take the lead in this game. Here's Tiana Jaber at the defence for the Knicks. Maya McCutcheon sends that one out, and Emma Main somehow kept it in. Lorena Bauman for the Jets is going to have to work back. Tiana Robertson, goalkeeper who came in this week. Brasendale got a nice bounce. Main back around to McMeekin. McMeekin goes back to Tiana Jaber. If you're just joining us, it has been an end-to-end battle, an absolute arm wrestle, and Sheridan Gallagher for the Newcastle Jets has been electric, created plenty of chances in front of goal. Speaking of, McMeekin creates one here for the Knicks. Oh, contact between goalkeeper Tiana Robertson and the Wellington Phoenix player. They'll check on her. Everything looks to be okay. Unfortunately, touch prize there. It was Olivia Ferguson, substitution made at half-time. She came on for Alyssa Wynnum, who has been working incredibly hard. And obviously, a 32-degree day, decided to take a breather for the second half. Paul Temple has been utilising the entire bench and is known to take off players even as good as Alyssa Wynnum. There's Annalie Longo, captain for the Wellington Phoenix. Our apologies, earlier we did have a graphic on screen that said Alyssa Wynnum was the captain. It is Annalie Longo wearing the captain's armband. Tiana Robertson, the Jets keeper, been under siege so far. Brasendale's there, hoofed away by the Jets. Chico is going to run that one out. Of course, it was Annalie Longo whose dog ran onto the pitch last week, which was an entertaining moment for all A-League fans. Truly cemented our position as the best league in the world. And the Main creeping up in the forward line for the Knicks. Dundas. Dundas makes a move out wide, stacks on top of Jale. Clever. Allen with a right boot, sends it forward for Dundas. McCutcheon, it's going to be a foot race to get there, and she shepherds it out. Emma Dundas, 17-year-old homegrown midfielder, Novocastrian, made her debut last season and made 22 appearances and had 1 goal. There's confirmation of that substitution. Ferguson on and Wynnum off. As Carolina Villau sends one high into the centre of the field. Tash Pryor's going to chase that down, and Olivia Ferguson showing her pace early. Robertson has to hoof it away. Wall came on as well as Brasendale came off at half-time. Paul Temple, as I mentioned, utilising that entire bench. Devon Jackson, she's got pace. In fact, Brasendale is still on there, and she's working hard against Jackson. We'll correct that substitution that was made. Apologies for the error on the graphics. Brasendale still on, and Mackenzie Barry is now working in defence, as is Grace Jale, who's usually in the forward line, heading goals in. Oh, wow, that's an awkward one. Claudia Chico came to the slide tackle. Grace Jale doesn't like that at all. On her former teammate, Claudia Chico, was part of the Wellington Phoenix during their inaugural season. Knows Grace Jale well and how she plays. Gets a little love tap on the back as well for the all's fair in love and war. I think that's what Grace Jale said. Nevertheless, play goes on. Villau gets across the whole field. And here comes Ferguson. Already had a couple of touches, gets tangled up with Pryor. Ball out from the back line. Newcastle Jets, Wilson. From New South Wales NPL side, the Northern Tigers. Here's Bauman. Makes the most passes of anyone on the side, Bauman. Wilson sends it forward to Jackson, that's nice. Jackson can go at full pace and full stretch. She's got Gallagher in front, she goes across and no one's on the back post. Lara Wall was in defence, but they've still got possession here, the Jets. Lauren Allen tries to make her way through. Wall might have just received a corky there from Allen. She'll run it off, but Devon Jackson in stride is a beautiful thing to watch. On the left boot, the cross here was pinpoint perfect, but no one was there to toe it in. Gallagher in front of the goalkeeper rather than behind. Nevertheless, they'll get another corner. Already had 3 in the first half. Bauman, high ball, and straight out over the back line. Uncharacteristic error for Bauman. Swiss international. She's represented Switzerland at under 17 and under 19, then made her senior international debut in 2019, and she's won 6 Swiss championship titles, 5 Swiss Cup titles, and is a regular player in the UEFA Women's Champions League. Carolina Valau also in the UEFA Champions League. Portuguese import. Jale with heavy contact on Bauman there. New Zealand on Swiss. And Swiss wins the free. There's a lot of passion in this match. Neither side with 3 points on their season yet. Cass Davis takes her time. 12 consecutive seasons in the A-League. Cass Davis is such an impressive stat. Robertson. Forward for Hoban. Brizendale. Now McCutcheon goes backwards. He's in the back line through Tiana Jaber. Devon Jackson gets a foot in. A lot of contact occurring all over the pitch now. Yellow card shown, in fact, to Tiana Jaber. It started with this tussle, but there was nothing in that. And then the second contact here on Cass Davis, who went skidding in a very dangerous looking way for the knees and the ankles. Certain foul, and the Newcastle Jets take a free kick in a dangerous position. Lorena Bauman's lined up. Players told to time their run. Here comes Lorena Bauman. Jale headed into a dangerous spot, but Emma Main can get rid of it out of danger. Claudia Chico goes to collect. Gallagher chests it to herself. Nice chip shot forward for Hoban. Hoban's got to rein it in. It was on the left boot. Needs some support. Cass Davis gives it. They go out wide, being shepherded out by the defence. Hoban goes back. Wilson, Davis. Nice little triplet pass here, making triangles. The Newcastle Jets, when are they going to take off? Is it Sheridan Gallagher who can send them? Not on that occasion. So Sheridan Gallagher, who had an incredible goal last week and has been an impact player off the bench, got the start today and has made a lot of chances, but no conversions so far. Seems only a matter of time. Carolina Villau sends one forward into the middle of the pitch. Bauman has a header on it, now a toe. Sideline ball to Allen. Bauman steps back inside. Davis looking for Gallagher and Allen once more. Those two pairing made in heaven. Allen, tripped over. Both players put their hand up. Lauren Allen has been incredibly versatile and active so far. Sets up many chances from that right sideline. Bauman's going to take the corner kick quickly. Hoban delivers the ball forward. Oh, the paws went up by Villau and had to grab it on the second attempt. Now she hooks it out of danger. Emma Main can turn her foot forwards and go. Goes inside instead, has to beat Jackson. Uses McMeekin. A little 1-2, and we'll get the throw in here. Zoe McMeekin, high work rate scholarship player in the academy for the Wellington Phoenix. Was the youngest player of the inaugural women's squad and a junior football firm. Has impressed so far this season. Tash Pryor sends it out of danger with Emma Main hot on her heels. Wellington Phoenix building up. The captain, Annalie Longo. Clever step over. Longo goes in. The sea parts for Annalie Longo when she has the ball at her feet. It's impressive to watch. Mackenzie Barry, McCutcheon. A chance now for Lara Warhol, who meets a wall of her own in the Newcastle Jets defence. And Mackenzie Barry goes down hard after meeting Sheridan Gallagher in the air. Both players look hurt. Going to receive a little attention after that head clash. Barry certainly came off worse. The defender who's played more than 50 games with the club, a one-club player for the Wellington Phoenix. You hate to see this. Went up really high. Just lifted over the top. Sheridan Gallagher. Fell awkwardly, and that can rattle you. So the girls will take a drinks break while Barry receives some attention. 2 drinks breaks per half in this match. 32 degrees out in Maitland. Humidity very high. Tough conditions for a football match. And the girls get their iced towels and drinks. Important to stay hydrated. And Sheridan Gallagher, when you take a look at her, she's been so impressive so far this match. She will feature in these half highlights, second half highlights. There was this opportunity she got out the back. There was a foot race on between her and the defence. This was probably her best opportunity so far in this second half, but just the way she moves around the pitch, wins 50-50 balls and comes from nowhere. Sent that free kick a little too high. But surely it's just a matter of time before Sheridan Gallagher hits the scoreboard. And as I say that, I think she's taking a break. Substitution, we'll get confirmation of that in a second as we take another look at Mackenzie Barry and how she's shaped up. Mackenzie Barry just takes a drink. A New Zealand football fern player that you would not want to see leave the field at this point in an electric 0-0 drawn match. 0-0, 60 minutes in. You're going to need a defender like Mackenzie Barry on the park, and looks like she'll be staying out there, which is good news for the Wellington Phoenix. And good news for football fans. They'll restart with the free kick. Annalie Longo sends it into a dangerous spot. Header couldn't be directed goalward, and Tiana Robertson collects it. Playing out from the back, Newcastle Jets. Bauman under pressure. May nearly caught that one, but Annalie Longo is going to get it instead. Longo looks for an option, has Brasendale back. Devon Jackson in close quarters. Brasendale on the right boot, goes inside instead. Nice turn on the ball by Tiana Jaber. Jaber and Barry collaborate at the back. Trying to set something up for Grace Jarley, the football fern. The way she moves inside, look at this. Left foot into Brasendale. Brasendale from range. Bauman tries to keep it in, but it will be a corner kick for the Wellington Phoenix, who've got their tails up now. Annalie Longo steps up to take the corner. They've absorbed the pressure from the Newcastle Jets, and now the spark is alive for the Wellington Phoenix. Whoever scores first will be crucial. Here's the kick in, headed away by Tash Pryor. Straight back into her and headed away again. Incredible two saves there by Pryor's head. Villau sends it back into the blender. Cass Davis. Robertson's high out of the box. Headed forward. Didn't bounce kindly for the Jets. A little bit of aerial ping pong ensues. Brasendale. Around the back through Tiana Jaber. A kicking contest through the air right now. Emma Main's going to try and control it on the ground. Tried to find Longo and wins the free. Yeah, a little jumper pull there at the end. Almost missed, but not to our camera, an incredible cameraman down on the sideline. McMeekin stepping up to take this. Spending a lot more time in their attacking half now, the Knicks. Curling ball, hit the head of Bauman. Now Davis sends it forward for Allen. This is what we saw so much last season, the counter-attack from the Newcastle Jets. Accidentally toed, ankle tapped Lara Wall there. Held her hands up and said it was incidental. Right here on the clip, yes, just a clip, accidental, but nevertheless a free kick for the Wellington Phoenix. We saw so often last season the Newcastle Jets counter-attacking and scoring, but of course this year they're missing Van Egmond, missing Melina Ayres, Serena Bolden. They need to find a clinical finisher in front of goal, and as a matter of fact, so do the Wellington Phoenix. After losing their Golden Boot winner, Mariana Speckmeyer, who's transferred over to Melbourne City, both sides searching for that champion to stand up and be a consistent goal scorer. Mariana Speckmeyer has already been a scoring force for her new club at Melbourne City. bet they're glad to have her. Jale tries to set up Longo. It's broken up by Hoban. So both teams with some new pieces, obviously retooled in the off-season, trying to figure out a way to play together and what works best. And both coaches, I think, trying to figure out what setup works best. Sheridan Gallagher was electric in the first half, but she is on the bench for the second half. So obviously trying to figure out who can come on and score, who's best as an impact player, who's best as a starter. Emma Main heads it down to Annalee Longo. Jale and Longo collaborate. This looks better. Here comes McMeekin. And it's called offside just before that went into the net, which is a fortunate call. Almost. In fact, it was Olivia Ferguson. Ferguson off the bench almost created a wonderful goal. Longo gets in the way of another attack by the Jets. Chip shot over the top. Emma Main now on her own on the right wing. Has to work hard to keep it in. Needs some supporting players. Oh, missed the header. Now Longo has a chance to follow up, and it's dribbled outside the post. Olivia Ferguson was not within range to slide and get a toe on it. What a beautiful opportunity created by the captain. After all the hard work of Emma Main on the sideline, this is certainly looking better for the Wellington Phoenix. The crossing ball was missed by Tash Pryor, and Longo cleverly slid it in. Tiana Robertson caught well to the side of the goal, and the opposite side was completely open. Pryor sends it forward. Once more, Wilson. Dundas. Goose steps around Brazendale. Chico. Dundas. Can't get control of it. Maya McCutcheon takes over. Emma Main is really creeping up on the defense. Nice touch forward. The Jets take off. McMeekin. Wilson, sorry. Now Vicari makes her debut, the American forward who joined the club from the Danish side. Odense Bold Club Q of the Kvind DM Liga. Gia Vicari. Number 23. Oh, got a touch in! That's gone all the way through to the net. We have liftoff. The Newcastle Jets are on the scoreboard with an absolute stunner. Cass Davis launches the season. Wow. That's a captain's goal. And who else but Cass Davis creates the most chances for the team, already has 2 assists and adds a goal to her tally for the season. She holds the record for the most appearances for the Jets with more than 150 across the A-League. And here she is scoring in a tense battle. Devon Jackson takes over. Jackson trying to make it 2 very quickly. Davis. Forward for Wilson. just like that, the game is turned on its head. Cassidy Davis, take a bow. Made something out of nothing, and that's what these games require. Has really spurred the energy in her team as well. Devon Jackson's going to send that forward for Vicari. So Mabe Tanaka has come on as well for the Wellington Phoenix. There she is. She's taken off Emma Main. And here she is with the first touches, Tanaka. The Japanese winger signed it in the off-season, has played in Japan and South Korea. And played in the Victorian NPL with 10 goals from 18 matches there. Caught the eye of the A-League. And here she is for the Wellington Phoenix. A really technical player, likes to dribble, short passes, crossing balls. Creates a lot of chances, might even try to finish some for the Knicks. Longo. Nice ball forward for Jale. Got to get there quickly. Robertson was first to it. It's still in play though for the Knicks. Ferguson turns quickly. Tanaka's there. Couldn't use her. Wilson gets it to Bauman, who gets it out of danger. Now Devon Jackson wants to set up Allen. Instead, the Knicks take over again through the midfield. Stepped up was Lorena Bauman. With all the veteran experience, Lorena Bauman carves up the midfield. McCutcheon's the only one who can stop her. Tash Pryor heads it away. They're 1-0 up, Newcastle, and they're very happy with it. Pryor has to work against McMeekin. It's Ferguson. My apologies, Ferguson. Come on, wearing number 9, English forward. Played for Bristol City and Yeovil Town in the WSL. Most recently for the Wolverhampton Wanderers in the FA Women's National League North. Real line breaker, I'm told, at the front. Certainly brought energy off the bench. Tash Pryor headed away. Wilson. Dundas forward. This one's an opportunity for Allen. Be a corner kick. Lauren Allen's going to step up and take it as well. And there's another substitution being made. Talking of impact players, Lara Gooch is going to come on for Josie Wilson. And Lara Gooch, one of the younger players, 19-year-old, had an absolute breakout season last year. Alongside Van Egmond, she was a real goal scorer and goal opportunity creator. She scored 4 and assisted for 2 in her 20 appearances. Also a young Matilda. What can she bring off the bench in this second half? Bauman, the corner kick. Nearly, but not quite. That one went over the back, and Tash Pryor and Cass Davis were right there. It was a little too far right of the post. Tash Pryor was stepping out of the way inside the goal mouth. Ferguson, Olivia Ferguson, she's got incredible pace. Looking for Jale and Longo, but no one there. We're going to have another drinks break here in Maitland. It'll be the final drinks break for the half, the final for the game. Final opportunity for the coaches to have a word with their players, have have a drink, but also deliver final instructions. And you wonder if the game plan has changed a little bit after that goal by Cass Davis. Tash Pryor has been working so hard at the back. Such a change maker coming back into the side this week. Here's a look at that goal. Who caught everyone unawares, including myself. Cass Davis. Talking of long-range bombs. A stunner to launch the Jets season. That is not a jet, that's a missile. Newcastle get on the board, and they've got to stick to it. They'd love another, and it feels like that's what Coach Ryan Campbell is asking for. He's brought on Gooch, who has been an impact player off the bench in previous games, and we know she knows how to score, certainly knows how to assist. Also Gia Vicari, the American forward, on debut. A goal on debut would be exciting. Gia Vicari, love to get that on her stats card. So here we go. Now 15 minutes left. There's Vicari. Played for Rutgers in college in the US. Here she is for Newcastle. Devon Jackson. And Bauman start us off. Jackson on the sideline. Marbeck Tanaka showing pressure. Bauman takes the game on. Jackson meets the feet of Marbe Tanaka. Cass Davis follows up to help out. Lara Gooch is right there. Gooch somehow came down with it. And there's a call for a foul. Hands go in the air. Ryan Campbell wanted it immediately. A free kick awarded. That is the impact of Lara Gooch. Just wants it more than anyone else and just forces that foul by continuing to put the pressure on. Unfortunate one for McMeekin. Nothing much she could do about it, but this is a really powerful position for Lorena Bauman to be in. Newcastle Jets already one up. Bauman spinning backwards. Devon Jackson puts it down. Vicari, tight spaces. Got to be careful in those congested spots, and defense decides to just get it out. Tiana Jaber gives her team some breathing room, and another corner kick is coming for the Newcastle Jets. Bauman with a corner kick. Bauman. Allen went up. Cass Davis tried for the second. And Gia Vicari could not follow it up. That's a screamer. Missed in front of an open goal. Gia Vicari. She's usually so clinical in that spot. Lara Gooch goes through the legs, nutmegged. Inspired by her teammates, but Gia Vicari is hanging her head on that missed opportunity. Cass Davis nearly had a second. It was headed away. Vicari just had to tap it down. And it looked like Carolina Villau got a fingertip to it. Off the post in the end. Gee, that will haunt Vicari. Can she make up for it here? Another corner. Goes in. Davis is there, brings it down, and Villau grabs it. Gia Vicari was lurking right next to her. High header Chico in Hoban. Chance for Wellington Phoenix now. Crossing ball in front of goal. Nearly. Tanaka was there. And Ferguson both probably could have communicated better for the slide-in goal. Nevertheless, the Jets, they breathe a sigh of relief. Errant pass, made up for, booted away. McMeekin trying to set things up from the back. Giovacari sends Devon Jackson into space. Jackson working on McMeekin, goes back inside. Allen has to be clever. Jaber gets rid of it, but not out of danger yet. Dundas from range. The crowd are absolutely out of their seats, and why wouldn't you be? 1-0 here at Maitland, and 2,100 Jets fans have showed up. Crowd numbers, that is 2,100 in the new home ground. Not even the new home ground, the temporary home ground of Maitland. That is the passion of Newcastle football fans. Here's another look at that Lara Gooch foul given away. McMeekin calling for a free kick and certainly awarded there fairly. Bilal steps up to put her players forward into a scoring position. Olivia Ferguson is chasing Tiana Robertson. Is she going to pick it up? She will. Playing out from the back again. Goes through the middle. Nicely threading the needle. Davis spins to go. Right wing through Chico. Chico sets up Hoban. And Mackenzie Barry was pushed over, she thinks. Her jumper was pulled. There's a lot of heat in this match, not only because it's 32 degrees. Yeah, I don't know about that. Not too much in it. Nevertheless, free kick awarded. Bilal. Jale. It's a foot race. Can she beat Chico, her teammate? She's going to go and try. Jale, back heel, lovely pass, crossing ball in to Ferguson. Ferguson couldn't direct it goalward. Crucial miss. Goal at this time would be absolutely game-changing. Bauman sends it back into the center of a pitch. Vicari can't get a hold of it, and Longo ends up on the floor with the free kick. Longo waits for her teammates to set up. 1-0 down. They need a score to draw level, get back into this match. Wellington with no wins on the season so far. This is a high crossing ball. Tash Pryor headed it away, but it's gone back towards the goal off Mabe Tanaka. It was a little too high over the crossbar. One for the ball kids of Maitland Sports Ground to collect. Tanaka on the volley. Just let it drift a little too high before she sent it back. So Tiana Robertson once more will send the ball back into the middle of the pitch. Dundas. Allen was somehow out on her own, and we have an explanation now from the offside judge. Referee on the sideline with the flag up. Wellington told to take it back. And they'll go forward through Longo. McMeekin brings it down. Devon Jackson, we know she's got pace, but she'll use the ball instead. Ball goes faster than you can run. Heavy contact by Jaber and Gooch. They try the counter-attack. Marbe Tanaka. Daisy Brazendale. It's shut down by Devon Jackson. Lovely work. Tanaka's somehow made her way through to the forward line. Now McCutcheon. Sent out of danger by Tash Pryor. McCutcheon worked her way up through the midfield. Some nice overlaps occurring now for the Knicks. Maya McCutcheon, the American mentioned earlier, signed from North Carolina Courage. Exciting play to watch. There she is again, the header. First touch. Vicari for Newcastle. Chasing down Barry. Villau sends it back into the blender. Pryor. Back to Robertson, has to deal with it quickly. Pressure's coming from the Wellington Phoenix. It seems relentless now. Cass Davis, clever little touch. Devon Jackson can't get on the end of it, but it will be a throw-in for Newcastle and a substitution at the same time. So Emma Dundas comes off. Bauman comes off, sorry. Bauman will take the throw in, Dundas will come off. Hammond comes on for Allen. So Allen to the bench, and Milan Hammond. What can she conjure up at the front? They're 1 goal up. Love another. Pryor and Davis. Ping-ponging ball through McCutcheon. Getting increasingly desperate calls from the bench now. Wellington Phoenix not a single point on their ledger so far. They are bottom of the table and they will remain there after this round if they can't get on the scoreboard. Bauman. So it was Adams on for Dundas off. Confirmation on screen there. Jackson, nice pass behind the back. Great little ball. Claire Adams had her first touch. Pryor, got to be neat with this. Ferguson is looming. Adams pulled down. Brazendale continues on, but Adams certainly won the free there. Opportunity for Jackson, and that's a little too long for even the speedster that is Devon Jackson. Zoe McMeekin. Final minute of regular time. Ticks down. Paul Temple wants them to go quickly. Why wouldn't you? Annalie Longo's got the pace for it. Chico, the former Wellington player, sends it out of danger. Longo had a little collision there, incidental. Physio's run out to check on her. Annalie Longo's such an important piece of the puzzle. The Wellington Phoenix. She's played in 4 Olympic Games and a serial winner in the New Zealand National League. 7 National League titles. Last season, she had that Achilles injury that sidelined her. This season, she wanted to return to the Knicks, finish what she started. Now, looking at the replay, I'm not sure what the injury complaint is. Possibly whipped something in the eye, or... She goes there to check on her former teammate as well. know she had the Achilles injury last season. Looks like she's going to go off as well. So Ella McMillan will come on for Annalie Longo. Gee, you hate to see that. She's 33 years old, Annalie Longo, one of the most decorated players in football Ferns history. 136 caps for New Zealand. Made her debut there at 15. And I feel like she might be hobbling. We won't make any assumptions, and we'll just wait to check on her at the end of the match, as there's still an important couple of minutes left. 6 injury minutes to go of extra. Injury time and plenty of time to score still for the Wellington Phoenix. That's exactly what they'll look to do. Ferguson can't get on the end of that. Tiana Robertson's going to be under pressure here in goals for the Jets. What embers are flickering for the Wellington Phoenix? Robertson drop kicks it forward. Chico steps up to throw in. Jets still seem like they're going all gas, no brakes towards goal. Hoban forward for Gooch. Gooch can't make her way around the defence. Quickly sent forward for Wellington Phoenix. Vicari. McCutcheon wins it back for Wellington. Jaber. McMeekin. Nice little passing, nearly got broken up by Adams. Go back to the goalkeeper, Villau, and Vicari is there, nearly got a touch on it, but forced the turnover, Vicari. That looked like an accidental handball. And the crowd of 2,100 people seem to agree. So just outside the box, Newcastle Jets will get a free kick right up in their half. Vicari's going to line it up. Here's the replay. Oh, I don't know. It was a knee. I think earlier it was the previous touch that was the actual handball. We're just taking a look also at Annalie Longo, who went off, and it looks like she's got ice on her head. So not great news, but good news considering the Achilles and what we hoped wasn't the issue. It looks like a head clash or maybe a fingertip whipped in the eye to me. And that can really sting. Adams steps over it. It's punched away by Carolina Villau. Vicari had the shot. It was a strong one, little deception, and Vicari stepped up with the left boot. Great save made by Villau. Receives a well-earned round of applause. The fans in Newcastle appreciate football, no matter where you're from and what side of the ocean you're from. Hammond. Looks like they're going to try and see it out for injury time. Really want to wind down the clock, the Newcastle Jets. Chico. Newcastle still trying to take time off the clock. Throw in, but not desperate to go quickly at goal. In terms of ways to finish an electric match, this is taking the wind out of the sails of both sides a little bit, and the crowd certainly losing a bit of the energy they had just had. Gia Vicari makes a move. McCutcheon's trying to steal it back. Wellington just need an opportunity. One possession. This might be it. Carolina Villau to set up her team. Can they draw level? Jale headed on. Jale still there. Ferguson's in front. Oh, it's one away. Incredible work by Milan Hammond for the Newcastle Jets. Ryan Campbell not in any hurry to give that ball back. Cass Davis, the goal scorer, has been paired up with Mabe Tanaka. And he might have one foray forward left. Jale trying to find Tanaka. Quick throw in coming. Jale, plenty of movement in the box. Headed forward, not out of danger. McCutcheon. Gooch. And followed up again by the Knicks with no power on it. Oh, that doesn't look good. That certainly did not look good. A yellow card and unnecessary, that by McMillan. Ella McMillan ran into Tiana Robertson way too late. Receives a few pushes from the Newcastle teammates, protecting their keeper. And that will do it. Newcastle launched the Jets season with a 1-0 win over Wellington. The captain, Cassidy Davis, strikes gold in the Steel City, and Newcastle finally on the board in round 3 with just a single goal over the Phoenix. Meanwhile, the Phoenix, 3 losses in a row. Embers still alight, had plenty of chances, looks at goal, looked good through the centre of the field, just unable to take advantage of any. What a thriller here at Maitland. So round 3 of the Ninja A-League penultimate match. Newcastle Jets end up 1-0 over Wellington Phoenix. Let's take a look at the highlights of the match, and there were plenty of shots. Newcastle having most of those. Devon Jackson with this one in the second half. The left boot strike forcing the keeper, Villau, to put a paw up and make a diving save. That was probably one of the saves of the day. And this one also great as Allen